Hello everyone and welcome back. Today is going to be a continuation of my favorite products. This time it's going to be about the personal items that we use. We'll get to those in just a minute.
With every start, we are born again. Open your heart.
All right, so just like last time, all of the links are going to be down below. To prevent me from saying the link is down below 18 times, the links will all be down below. Are any of them? There's one of them, I think that's an affiliate. The rest of them are just on, just whichever ones I could find. Let's start with my coconut oil because we use this for so many things. This is what I use to take off my makeup, which was in the video that I posted not too long ago about Get Ready With Me. I also use this as sunscreen for the kids and I, and we also use this as a lotion for some of us who don't want to use the perfumed lotions. Now, I've heard that some people say that they have better results with tallow than with coconut oil. If you prefer to stick with animal-based products, then that is what I would recommend. I do not have a company of tallow that I really know anything about, but this is what we use and it works wonderfully for us. Come summertime when we are out in the sun, I will show you guys how I use coconut oil as sunscreen for the kids and how we condition our skin so that we can go longer and longer in the sun without having any issues. But I'll be honest with you, if you get rid of the seed oils in your diet, then a lot of people find tremendous improvements with their ability to stay out in the sun. The sun no longer hurts your eyes nearly as much when you're using the high quality, especially animal-based fats. So while I do use this topically, I do recommend, if at all possible, always to ingest animal fats because they are just that much more high quality and they work that much better with your body. To add on to the coconut oil, I figure I will talk a little bit more about some of my favorite essential oils because I cut everything with the coconut oil. So these, again, Hopewell, this actually says Heritage on it because this is back before they changed their name. But Hopewell is my favorite company by far by what they offer and the prices and their care that they take with all of their products. They have so much more than just oils on their site. They have soaps, they have lotions. So if you wanted to go and see what they have available for lotions, they have bottles, roller bottles, glass amber bottles. They have so much stuff. They have gorgeous oil cases. They have travel kits as well, which I actually have several of those that we keep around. I love their company. I don't think I can tell you exactly how much I love their company, but I really do. I highly recommend that you go check them out. I think their prices are phenomenal and they offer such a wide variety of blends. One of the things that I love is their travel kit. So this is the travel kit that you can get with these tiny little 2mm bottles. So if you are not sure if you're really going to like their product and you want to sample a variety of them, you can actually order this travel kit with the oils of your choice. But really, truly, just get the one that they offer. I think it's, I'm not even going to say how much it is because I'm going to get it wrong. So I'll put it up over there. But it's absolutely worth every penny. We take this with us whenever we go camping, whenever I just go in the car, I'll take this with us because you literally never know what's going to happen. If you end up getting cross-contamination and you get a headache, if you get a bug bite, or if all of a sudden you start not feeling well anymore, bumps, bruises, you name it, this is what we take it for. So some of my favorite ones to use, especially with all of the germs that are flying around nowadays, this one is called Warrior. It's like plague defense on steroids because it has all of the compounds of the plague defense or thieves. And then it also has oregano and frankincense added into it as well. So oregano is known to be very antibacterial and frankincense has so many purposes and uses in it. Again, you really need to dilute this. You need to be very careful with these oils because they are very potent. But Warrior is one that just kind of takes it up the next level. So we will use this one. Lung support is phenomenal. If you have a cough that you cannot get rid of and it is really, really hurting, your lungs are really struggling quite a bit, this one is called Lung Support. This is fantastic. However, it is not safe for use in children under the age of 6. The reason for this is that it has wintergreen in it, and wintergreen is not safe for kids under the age of 6. But they have a huge page on lung support and suggestions for use if you are 6 and over and say you're having a really, really, really hard time stopping coughing. There's actually a trick to using this. If you're bothered by TMI, then don't listen for the next 30 seconds. What you do is with a carrier oil, you put a few drops of this into a little capsule, one of the dissolvable gelatin capsules, and you use it as a suppository up your bum. What that does is as soon as the capsule breaks open, the oils are immediately uptaken into your bloodstream and they actually end up going directly to your lungs very, very quickly. Many people who do this find that they are able to breathe and their coughing subsides substantially within just a few minutes of the capsule breaking. So that might be really helpful information for some people, especially with our new fun things that we have floating around now. So lung support, do not use it on children under the age of 6, but it is fantastic for everyone over that age. For children under the age of 6, I really like this one. It is called Mom's Remedy. It's very similar to Vicks, but without the petroleum-based toxicity. So it has, wrong place. Where is it? Oh, there we go. This has rosemary, verbenon, peppermint, eucalyptus, cedarwood, nutmeg, thyme, and pine. So it's got quite a few things in it. We use it, imagine that, with the coconut oil. You can also put it with shea butter. You can put it with anything else that will cut it. You can drop it into a bathtub or into a shower. Just don't step on the slippery part. And the steam will carry it up into your lungs and it will help tremendously with the kids. It has a menthol cooling feeling. So if they have a sore throat, I'll rub it on the outside with a carrier oil. Rub it on the outside. On the bottoms of the feet is one of the best places for children to get them to stop coughing so badly. So that is another one that we use all of the time. This one, I have to say by far, probably gets used more than anything else. It's called First Aid. And it is good for burns, scratches, bumps, bruises, bug bites, anything along those lines. We actually have a roller bottle made up just for such purposes. This is 90% coconut oil with a few drops of the First Aid in it. And then it's available so that the kids can just pop it off, use the roller bottle on whatever their ouchie is, and this will help all of the bug bites to stop itching almost immediately. And as long as you've used enough carrier oil, it rarely ever stings, but we'll put it on little scrapes and scratches, bruises. It really does help a lot. We use this guy a lot. I actually have a really big bottle of this one and I haven't quite opened yet, but it's ready and waiting for us for when we do need it. This is not from Hopewell, but this is something that we have used for a very long time for our kids. I am not a huge fan of the fact that it is put into sunflower oil. There are worse things that it could be in, like canola. So if you're willing to go with the sunflower oil, then pumpkin butt teething oil is absolutely worth it. I love it. We use it as adults on occasion, but you would be able to make your own with, of course, the coconut oil or any other liquid oil. It is an essential blend of chamomile, clove, peppermint, and grapefruit seed extract. So the combination of those in the oil, when applied to the gums and rubbed really hard, actually takes a lot of the pain away. My older kids have their wisdom teeth coming in, so they'll grab this and they'll rub it back there really hard. I don't mind a little bit of the sunflower oil exposure. We do not use this all the time by any means. For a little baby, I think it probably would be better for you to just make your own with the coconut oil, but this will be linked down below as well in case you do want to look at the ingredients and maybe make your own. Speaking of kids, we try not to use medications as much as possible. Sometimes it's avoidable for things like allergies when, you know, the ragweed is really bad. I personally, as long as I eat really cleanly, don't have allergies anymore. So I don't have to take anything, but sometimes the kids still do. So we give them allergy medications. Bella actually has a really hard time sleeping at night. So one of the things that we give her, a brand that I love, is called Genexa. They have children's and adult formulas that are free of a lot of the typical junk that is in the medicines nowadays. So this one is Bella's, her sleeping pill. She calls it her sun pill. It is Sleepology. There's Arnica, which replaces Tylenol or Motrin. There is allergy medications. There is cold and flu, all kinds of different ones that you can try to see if they work for you better than, and they are certainly better than taking the over-the-counter medications that are kind of nasty and full of the artificial dyes and sweeteners and things like that. So Genexa is a brand that I absolutely love. I do not have an affiliate with them. I actually need to reach out to them and ask them about getting an affiliate code with them, because I would love to get you guys a discount, and I really want to promote their product. So eventually in the future, the code down below may actually be an affiliate one. So on to the next would be our chapstick. Not the super cleanest. Berts Bees I really like. It's got 2 questionable ingredients in it. The first one is sunflower oil, same with the teething liquid. And then the next one is canola oil and soybean oil. So if you guys know of a better lip balm, yes, you can just use coconut oil. Yes, you can just use tallow. Those don't really seem to work, and my kids really do not like that. So we stick with the Berts Bees. Again, it is a small amount. Yes, it is right on their mouth, and yes, they can potentially lick it off. But I'm looking for something better. This is what we use. If you guys have something better, please let me know what you really like. Speaking of your mouth, I guess we'll move on to toothpaste. So this is the toothpaste that we like to use, the Redmond Earthpaste. It is by far one of the absolute cleanest toothpaste that you are ever going to find. You can go and you can look at, you know, a ton of the other ones that say, oh, they're healthy. They do not compare, at least not that I have found. Granted, I have not looked at all of them, but I am super happy with this one. The ingredients in this: purified water, bentonite clay, non-GMO xylitol. Xylitol is actually really good for your teeth and it strengthens them. So some sweeteners attack your teeth. Xylitol actually strengthens your teeth. Note and disclaimer, it is toxic to dogs. Keep this away from your dogs, or you could have some serious side effects. Menthol, wintergreen essential oil, sea salt, and tea tree oil. So you really can't get any cleaner than this. A lot of them have calcium carbonate, or they have other sweeteners in them, and they have other things that you kind of go, I think I can pronounce that, but I'm not entirely sure what it is. So Redmond's absolutely by far the best toothpaste that there is, and we love it. Mouthwash. This is the one, Lumineux, that I have found that I really like. For a little while, I signed up for their oral care boxes and I tried their toothpaste. I liked their toothpaste, but it wasn't the cleanest that I could find. And then I found the Redmond's. But we stocked up on a lot of their mouthwash, because their mouthwash is really, really good. And it's super fresh, and it's supposed to help brighten your teeth a little bit. I won't say that it makes mine super white. I don't use it all the time, but supposedly if you use the whole system, it's supposed to. I was never diligent enough to really try. The ingredients: aloe vera leaf juice, xylitol. So that takes the place of the fluoride that a lot of people would use, the fluoride to strengthen the teeth. We use xylitol to strengthen our teeth instead, and we have excellent results. So xylitol, purified water, Dead Sea salt, wintergreen leaf oil, coconut oil, lemon peel oil, sage oil, spearmint oil, peppermint oil, basil oil, clove oil, and that is it. That is all that is in this. So it is a little spicy, it's a little potent, but let me tell you, it is fantastic. So for kids, what you would do if it's a little bit too spicy, you can actually mix it with some of the coconut oil, just a little bit to cut it, to take away the spice, because the oils can help coat the essential oils, and it makes it a lot less intense. Or you can just add some more aloe vera juice. Another option for a mouthwash is just to use coconut oil itself. It's called oil pulling. What it does is it pulls a lot of the toxins out of your teeth and out of your gums and around your mouth. You have to swish it for like 20 minutes. So it's a long time. You can use the solid coconut oil as well, put that in your mouth, and then you're just gonna swish it back and forth in your mouth for 20 minutes. Don't spit it down your drain, spit it into the toilet and flush the toilet. But when you're done, it'll be a creamy white color. And that's a lot of the toxins that it's pulled out of your mouth, put it into the oil, and now you're putting it out of your body. So that is another option for mouthwash instead of using all of those other ones that have all kinds of chemicals and dyes and things like that in them. So moving on with personal products, we're gonna go to shampoo and conditioner. Shea Moisture. I said Shea Mountain when I was with Steak and Butter Gal, and I totally got the name wrong, which is hilarious, but it's Shea Moisture. Now these ones are just, I grabbed them because they were pretty and they smelled good. We have so many of these different flavors, and they have them for babies as well. I recommend using the Shea Moisture baby line over any other line of baby products as well. They're just way cleaner and it's much safer. So we use shampoo and conditioner. The girls, this is the girls' shampoo and conditioner, body lotion, and body wash. So they have so many different flavors with so many different options, from hydrating to cleansing to you name it. They have a lot. I love this line. It's one of the healthiest ones. So there's an app that you can get on your phone, and it is free. And I will put it up right over here. What it does is it has a scanner in it, so you can actually take a barcode of a product and you can scan it. And it's gonna tell you how toxic that product is. And this only works on... So while I was editing, I realized that I never actually finished my thought process on the app because I got so distracted from the phone calls. So that's what this little segment here is for, so you can see what the app is doing. You can scan any beauty product and it will tell you on a scale of E to 10, I believe, exactly how toxic it is, E being the best, the little symbol of their app, and then 10 being the most toxic. If you wanted to maybe find a different product or find something else more healthy, I will have the app linked down below in case you wanted to look into it. It was a free app. I thought it was just kind of a really cool thing to have with you. So if you're in the grocery store, you can scan something, or if you wanted to look up and see what options there were that were completely non-toxic, that'll be down there for you. So now back to your regularly scheduled program. As for me, I have not been able to find locally the Shea Moisture co-wash because with my super curly hair, I prefer to use a co-wash. And another tip for helping with hair growth and less chemical exposure is actually to wash your hair less. You can train your hair to where it's used to only being washed once a week. That does not mean that you only take a shower or a bath once a week. You can shower and bathe more often, but your hair gets to a point where it's used to just water and not having to be washed all the time because that's not overproducing the oils. So the product that I like to use, the co-wash that I really like to use for my hair, is from Redmond Pure. And this is one of the cleanest ones that I could find. The Shea Moisture would have been better, but I haven't been able to find it yet. It's probably on Amazon, but I try to shop locally as much as possible. So this one is a rosemary mint cleansing conditioner. And it says on the bottle, you know, don't only use this as your shampoo, but I've been doing this for so long that my hair is trained. I honestly can wash it once every 2 weeks and it's perfectly fine. Because whenever I do wash my hair, I have a lot more shedding and I'm already struggling enough with that. So I don't want to cause any more. The more I wash it, the more I lose. So I can go anywhere from like 7 to 10 days without washing my hair. And then when I do wash it, it's gently with this, with a very low chemical co-wash or a washing conditioner. I forgot on medicine that one of the best ways to combat sinus infections and colds and things like that is actually to use a neti pot or a nasal rinse. Now what this is, I'll actually open it for you so I can show you. comes with these little guys. It's a sinus rinse. It is a chloride, sodium chloride solution, so it's salt water, basically what it is. You're going to want to do this sodium chloride and sodium bicarbonate. You fill up your bottle to the water fill level, and then you add, and you want it to be like warmish water, and you put your salt and sodium bicarbonate mixture in there. You pop this on the top, you put it in here, you put it on, twist it on, and then you stand over your sink with your mouth open so that you're breathing through your mouth, and then you squeeze, you put it up one nostril and you squeeze, and what it does is it rinses out your sinuses and it comes out the other side. So people who suffer tremendously from sinus infections or colds or even allergies, this can be a huge help because it rinses out your nasal passages and your sinuses, getting rid of a lot of the irritants and the germs and the mucus buildup. For a lot of children, rinsing out their sinuses works much better than sucking them out with a bulb or with like the nose Frida with the tube and the straw. A nasal rinse can be done on children who are just born, honestly. And if you train them, there's all kinds of videos online to be able to do it for children. You can do it on children extremely young. Yes, you do have to teach them. Actually, the younger you start, the better it is. And so you'll be able to find videos of children who are 6 years of age that can do this to themselves standing over the sink, and they know that it feels better. And then you blow your nose into the sink afterwards and then just wash everything off. This can help tremendously if you suffer from colds, sinus infections, or allergies. I forgot to mention that when I was talking about the medicine, because I would rather not have to do a whole lot of medicine. I would rather try to go a natural path. So these, you can get one that's gravity fed. It's called a neti pot, and you turn your head sideways, or this one is one that you can squeeze. More personal items that I love are these, are deodorant. I love the Native, the coconut and vanilla. That is my favorite flavor. And for Richard, I really love the Schmidt's. We do use Native for him too. Sometimes we kind of trade him out because sometimes you get tired of the fragrances. So they do have lots of different smells. This one is the Sandalwood and Citrus. This is by far my favorite scent on him ever. I absolutely love it because we don't do cologne or perfumes or anything like that anymore, but we do use these. These are both extremely clean products. I love them both. I can vouch for them both. We can honestly apply once every 1, 2, maybe even 3 days and be perfectly fine. Granted, if you're getting sweaty in the gym, then I suggest you apply a little bit more often than every 3 days, just for everyone's sake. But regardless, these are my favorite deodorants, which I did mention these in my Get Ready With Me video, but they were absolutely worth mentioning again. On to the tricks for, just like in the last one, saving money and saving the environment and saving yourself from chemical exposure. The first one is for everybody, and that is a safety razor. So instead of buying the razors that cost $15 for one razor and one head, and then the replacement heads are $40 for 3 of them, this is something else you can do. I don't have a blade in it right now so that I won't accidentally cut myself. What you do is you untwist the bottom, and then it pops apart, and then you put a safety blade, a 2-edged blade in here. It is paper thin. It sandwiches itself in there. You put the little bolt through the middle of it, then you put it on there. You will learn how to use this. You have to be very careful because it is extremely sharp. So you learn whether it's for men, just to have the tiniest touch, you barely touch it to your skin. Same thing with women, be very gentle on our legs when you are shaving with this. But the razor blades are so cheap. And I am able to use one for months before I have to replace it, whereas the other ones, you know, you go through them a whole lot faster. So this is a much more affordable way, and it keeps a lot less out of the landfills because you're not throwing away the plastic handle all the time or the head, you know, with the plastic head, which are super expensive. So the blades are super cheap, and then you can just put them back into the box after you're done with them and throw them away so that they aren't, you know, a whole bunch of razor blades floating around in your trash can. So that is the first one. The next one is savings for everybody. You may think that these look a little bit familiar. Bandanas. We use them as handkerchiefs. So, yes, you can have tissue paper. You may have Kleenexes, but there's things you need to realize about those. One, the stores do run out of those too. Number two, they are processed with chemicals, especially the ones that have, say, lotion on them. I will admit, those are my ultimate favorite tissues. I have them in my car and I have them at the house. But what we save them for is when someone is super, super sick and they actually have a constant runny nose, and because using a handkerchief would probably be soaked in like 30 minutes when you're that sick. We do have them, but that is what we keep them for. Everybody in my house has their own color. So we know exactly whose is whose. This is Cassidy's. This is Veronia's. Those are a wonderful way to save money and, again, save your environment, and you're not spending money on something that you are literally throwing into the trash can. So we've started using them, and honestly, I like them better than the tissues themselves. They are super soft on your nose. Even Bella doesn't want to use a regular tissue. She always wants to use her handkerchief. So that is one money-saving tip. Now, on to the TMI portion of this. Guys, I'm sorry, if you don't want to watch this, please head on out, because this is girl talk now. What we have up next are panty liners and pads that are reusable. These have been a life changer in our house. We used all of the products, whether it was tampons or pads or whatever it was. We always bought the disposable ones, thinking that it was so much easier. Here's the big overnight heavy pads. So we did that for a long time, and then again, the stores didn't always have the one that I needed to buy for my girls, because I don't have an oven anymore. I have no uterus, so I don't use these anymore. But the ones that they needed oftentimes were out of stock. So we decided to try to find something else. And ever since we got these, we have not wanted to look back. They work so amazingly. They are so absorbent and so soft and so easy to care for. And again, you are saving yourself the toxic chemicals of having that plastic, because that's what's in those pads, is plastic pressed right up against your lady parts and constantly leaching chemicals up into you. Or if you're using a tampon, then what we do in place of the tampon is the cups, the silicone cups. My girls each have their own one that they like. This is a much less toxic option. I don't know that I've ever heard of a single case of toxic shock syndrome that has happened from using a cup versus using a tampon. So there's one, it's a larger one. My girls really like the discs. They don't care for the cups nearly as much. And the other one, I have one daughter who has a very low cervix, and so those larger discs are too big for her. So they have little tiny ones too. Look how small that is with the little tail. So there's lots and lots and lots of options. I will link these down below, and I will also link a video. It's about 30 minutes long that I watched trying to figure out the best cup for anybody, or the best disc, or the best whatever. I'll put that down below. So if you're looking for an alternative to tampons that is reusable for years and years and years, you can sterilize it in boiling water. You're keeping things out of the toilet system and out of the trash. I will put that video down there so you can watch that, and hopefully you'll be able to find something that'll work out really well for you. The pads and panty liners also come with these wet bags, so you can take them with you and use them for whatever you might, if you're traveling, then you can put all of your things in there to be washed later. But both of my daughter and I, because I've switched over to the panty liners, and she uses the pads, and we both have said, why on earth did we not do this like 10 years ago? These are absolutely amazing, and they are just so wonderful. So that's the one thing, honestly, I wish I'd started using a lot sooner, but it cuts down on your chemical exposure, and it just helps the environment. It helps your pocketbook so much, because if you buy, yes, it's a little bit more money up front for the reusable items, but if you're going to be able to use them for 5 years, then you definitely save a lot of money. So I think that about wraps everything up. If you guys stuck with me the whole time, thank you so much. Please do all of the things. I so greatly appreciate you. And I cannot wait to see you on the way. Bye, guys. Hello. Oh, I'm about to be interrupted. Yes, darling. No, I'm recording, and that's not protein. Oh, that child of mine. Excuse me. I just put the laundry detergent back. It's making me sneeze. There's an app on your phone that you can get, and it is free. And the phone is ringing? The Red Cross. Beauty products. I didn't realize that you could hear them leaving a message. Just hit end. Oh, never mind. Don't just hit end. Walk away. Just walk away. Okay. Our deodorant.
Can I go turn the heater off now?
So much talking. Yes.
I didn't turn it off because it makes a lot of beeping noise.
Thank you. That was fantastic. You're so smart.
Yeah, I'm done with this.
Dude, my voice is actually starting to get a little bit hoarse. I've been talking so much.
What is this?
I don't know if I can talk anymore, babe. Maybe I'll give myself a break and do it tomorrow.
What?
Daddy just texted me and said I should try to record the third realm, but I don't think I can talk anymore.
Third?
Yeah. Carnivore, the third realm of keto. I forgot I needed to do it. So do you need help or do you need that to be scanned? I can go take a TV.
Yeah, Mom.
While I clean up my mess.
And then I'm gonna go stick my feet by the fire.
Good idea.